How's it going, guys? My name is Crimson Shadow, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. As you can see, we're not on the Shadowcraft world. This is actually a realm I own on Bedrock. It's just me and a few of my friends and some friends of friends. And this world's been active for about a year. We started it just after 1.16. So we could get all the nether stuff without any problem. We talked about restarting once the Caves and Cliffs update happened, but once they decided to split that in two, we decided to just keep it and we'd go search for any of the new stuff we needed. But today's video is just going to be like a little tour of this world. So it's one of the longest lasting worlds I've been a part of. Saying if you look at my banner on my YouTube channel, you might see like an arena on there, and that's from this world. It's something I built. So yeah, this is just like the inside of my house on here. Never really went too crazy on any builds here, except for the arena, of course. Just because activity of other players kind of came and went, and it was kind of boring when it would be just me and Colonel Karen on here. So never really took the time to build anything too elaborate. So yeah, these are all my cats. I was breeding them up so I could spread them around the village, because we have creeper problems here at night. As you can see, my storage is, well, it's organized as it's against one wall. It's kind of a mess. I mean, there are some random chests and shulkers around the base. Down here is more of my technical stuff. And I got my enchanting set up on that. This was all armor sets that were going to be used for the arena. We only ended up using the arena once, so I didn't need to actually do all that. Got a simple super smelter, just 8 furnaces. Doesn't really work. I mean, it works, but not as well as I'd like. Just passive sugarcane farm. Villager setup. It's a little weird setting this up. I did have like a sort of breeding thing back here, but for some reason, even when name tagged, the villagers in there just kept despawning. So I had to keep uh, recuring villagers or zombie villagers and bringing them down here. Down there is just a simple skeleton spawner setup. Nothing special. So yeah, let's just go check out the outside. Actually, it looks like it's getting to night, so I'll sleep real quick. Do have a bunch of axolotls on here too. Never really got to do anything with them because almost everybody stopped playing shortly after the Caves and Cliffs came out. Alright. Got this, the Holy Sword. It's just a sword I found in the end when I was going around exploring. And it came like this. I mean, I renamed it, of course, but I figured with Smite, Fire Aspect, and Unbreaking, it was kind of like a Holy Sword to be used against undead. This book, the ripoff, was I was trying to enchant, I think, a pickaxe? Oh no, I must have been a sword. And after I pieced together this book, wouldn't let me put anything or put the book on anything because it said it was too expensive. So yeah, I mean most of my farms are pretty simple. Just a pen with sheep, simple carrot, bamboo, and that. In here I had a snowman for a snow farm because I needed snow for the arena. I ended up getting a lot more snow than I needed. I probably have twice that amount in other chests, if not more. This little barn back here was mine. It's from a tutorial by Cryptozoology, I believe. I'll double check on that and link the video in the description, just because I feel you should always give credit. It's not really in here, just some horses. Yeah. But I mean, as you can see, it's similar to the barn I built on the Shadowcraft world. I mean, they are different, but similar styles. Because I designed that one all by myself, but it was inspired by this build just because I liked it so much. Yeah. Down here, got, I believe, pumpkin, melon, and cactus farm. Let's drop down. And below it was supposed to be a mob farm. I could never get the thing to work. So, I mean, there's nothing in here. Oh, it sounds like stuff's spawning in there now. Of course, as soon as I start recording. Yeah. But I mean, I built this to sort of... It was originally going to be a creeper-only farm, just to get gunpowder for rockets. But that didn't really work. So I tried to convert it into just any mobs. And I guess it works somewhat, not really though. Over here, I mean, these bees, I was breeding them up. I have a bee farm in the nether. This whole area is Colonel Karen's. From like the bamboo over to that fountain and everything behind. This is his barn. He had like a business on here. Um, it's Colonel Fried Chicken or Karen Fried Chicken. Kind of use the two interchangeably. He just grown bread and potatoes, and then up here was some like chicken farms that I helped him with. Oh, and he did a lot of this on his own, but every once in a while I'd help him out. I mean, he built this whole barn on his own. I just helped him with some of the redstone stuff. I built all these roads. I mean, they're all over this area, and they stretch out to one of the other people's bases and to the world spawn. I was going to try and work on getting them across the whole server, but just never got around to it. His area by his door is a mess, mostly because of me, so I always change stuff. Yeah, this is the inside of his house. It was inspired by the Weasley's home from Harry Potter. This was supposed to be like a wizard tower. I don't think he ever finished it. No. He got pretty far up though, I guess. Supposed to be like bookshelves and that up to the top. And then his enchanting table's up here. This guy was fun trying to get all the way back here. The mushroom biomes Okay, he's gonna go die. The mushroom biome was like over, I think 2,000 blocks away. Yeah, it's just the upstairs of his base. Pretty simple. Um, this over here is a slime farm. I helped him dig out a lot of. It took forever. Both this and the hole where I have my melon and pumpkins, we did by hand without any beacons. Slime farm works pretty well. Works better than my mob farm. Think he used this like shed as storage. Yeah, a bunch of slime blocks. Then towards the end of when we were playing, he started to build this like it was going to be a greenhouse, and I think there was going to be farms in here, but never really got around to finishing it. He did this all on his own. And I helped him collect some of the sand for glass. And one of the other people that play with us helped with that too. Let's throw this on just so we can get around a bit faster. So yeah. Karen's house, my house, and then this house have been here since like the first week of playing. Person that had this house, Courtney, started to change over to this as the mountain update came, but I don't think she ever finished it. So we're not really going to go up there. Oh, we might, just to see if how far she ended up getting. But for the longest time, the person who lived in, I can't really see it. Oh, it's right here. Person who lives in that house was living in here too, just because they didn't have their own. They're more of just mining. So they helped me, but I did most of the building for that house. And these are all their dogs. There was like twice as many, but lightning struck the house once or twice and caught a lot of them on fire. So just come over here. Built this house for them. It was from another tutorial. I can't remember who did the tutorial. If I can find the video again, I'll link it down in the description. But yeah, the inside of here is just mostly chests because they always used a lot of storage. So like there's 2 whole floors of storage. And then up here, I think I left that there. Just some smelting in beds. Oh, ow. Around here's an igloo that was kind of set up. Sorry about that. Igloo was set up because one of the players was always having to hide from the group he lived with because he always stole stuff from them or started fights. So I kind of. This was originally something Karen had built. I forget what they were building it for. But I kind of converted it into this so they have somewhere they could stay while they're being chased around. So let's fly up here. This whole thing, I forget how you get in it, but it belongs to the person that lived there. It's just their farm, so they wanted to keep out of sight. Now, might help if I deploy my wings. So let's fly back over, sleep in our house. Yeah. On the wall here is just a map of this area. When you got Karen's whole area here. Uh, my stuff all right here. That's Courtney's, and that's the other guy's stuff. This blotch is Podzol, because I always grew double wide spruce right there. Wish the elytra worked. Well, it looks like they did get a bit more done in here than than the last time. Still doesn't look like it's finished. Nah, there's like nothing inside the house. They just finished the shell. Yeah. I was slowly updating stuff to the 117 blocks and that. Oh yeah, I forgot they built this little pond that I helped collect stuff to build it. But yeah, I was slowly trying to transition some of the stuff in my builds to 117 blocks when we stopped playing. That's why I have some candles in my inventory. This you can kind of see glass behind. It's just the tube from the skeleton farm. Because in order to get them high enough that they'd be down to 1 heart, they had to come up out of the ground. So I just kind of covered the whole thing in leaves to hide it. Yeah, let's grab one of the horses and start traveling around just to see the other stuff. Like I said, I most of these roads. There was a house here and one over there, but people that built those got kicked off of the realm. So I told this guy he could just tear down their houses if he wanted, and then I helped him. Here are his axolotls. I guess he has 2 of everything but pink. Nobody got any blue axolotls on here. I helped him decorate the inside of this tank. I mean, the inside of his house is nothing too crazy. I don't know why I opened that. But he built it all by himself. I think it was based on a house I had built in a world with him previously. I can't really remember. Actually, I forgot to show off the best part of mine and Karen's area. If I can fly. Getting some lag. Always had lag on this realm. Arguably the best thing in this entire village area was Karen and I messed around. Once I got a um, channeling trident, and this is our little friend that we captured. It's actually the second one we captured. The first one we forgot to name tag, and then when we went to do it, or no, we name tagged it, but then another creeper snuck up and blew up the door, and it got out and blew up the area. First one's name was Hero. This one's Nagi. Um, yeah, Nagi's been in here maybe half the time the server's been up. We tried to like avoid building around him or her just because we didn't want to accidentally let it out and blow it up. We played around with a lot of supercharged creepers on here. So let's fly back, get our horse, and continue down the road. All right. Yeah, this road, yeah, took me a few hours to build the full extent of it. I mean, it's nothing too detailed or too complicated, just a long distance. I think from like that far end to that end is around 1,000 blocks long. Then we got like the whole network around uh, the little village there. This hut was the guy that just showed off's house originally. It went from being cobblestone to dirt to netherrack, kept changing it and making it more ugly just to annoy me. Um, we're coming up on person's base. Name's Kagansa. I would honestly say this is the most impressive base on the realm. Well, you got this little area up in here that's just beautiful. I mean, it's fairly simple, but looks amazing. I don't think there's anything else in here really. No, it just goes around. It's fine, there's vines everywhere, but I don't think there's actually anything in here. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. But the main part of his base, I believe that's just a mob farm. I mean, that's what it obviously looks like. The main part of his base, there's no easy way to get horses in. He was working on like a village here. I don't know what everything is supposed to be, but a lot of the houses go underwater. He had those things set up. Yeah, like he had a library here. A lot of the houses come down here, as you can see, and just look in. Really cool. Most of these houses are decorated, but I'm not going to go into each of them. The main part of his base is up on the mountain. If I can get my elytra to work. It was cool just watching this area get developed over time. Yeah, this it started out almost looking like ruins and slowly built it up. Um, he has maps of like each of the different areas. Not sure what this, I know where this area is, but I don't know. I didn't think anything was built here. I may have to go check that out after. Yeah, this is his area. You can see um, these farms are in the mountain that way. Got his little city there. I believe we're right here. I'm not sure what that is. I might go check that out. But I mean, got our area. This is an old map before the roads were set up, before I finished digging the pit, or the one guy's house there. Yeah, this one's actually a pretty old map. I'm not sure how recent this one is. It looks more recent than that. But that's an area we haven't been to yet. Downstairs is just chests. Um, there are ways to walk up from down there into here. I think that area is just more storage. It was somebody else's house that was on here. I can't remember who exactly. Oh, that's just the top of that. Okay. Yeah. His whole area was just mostly farms. There was all kinds of stuff along it. It was cool just seeing him develop this area. If I would have found this first, I totally would have built here because it's so cool. But let's go back down here. This is another mob farm. Um, that's just like his starter stuff. Let's see, you got a bed. These must all be slabs. Wow, he actually has villagers in here. I didn't realize that. So yeah, I think we'll ride to spawn. I'll show that off, and then I'll cut it until we get to the other people's areas. And I think I'll finish off with the arena. So spawn is back this way, following my roads. I'd honestly say these roads were probably one of the most fun things I've done on here, just because it made the areas feel so much more connected and made his area and our area feel so much closer. I mean, they were never really far away from each other, but it's rotten flesh. I think every time I come in here, there's more of it. But yeah, all my road building stuff's there. This was going to be a Halloween district last Halloween. As I said, this was like a year of work. Karen was building all of this. It's kind of fun. There's like traps in some of these, like this one, I believe. If you open the chest, yeah, drops like a pitfall trap. I'm not sure what else in these different things. I don't think there's anything. No, this isn't a trap chest. No. Unfortunately, nobody really got into this other than Karen. This was going to be some sort of mini game. I forget how it worked. I think there was like you had to throw eggs in here, and if one of them stood on the pressure plate, the door opened and you got cookies or something. So yeah, I'm gonna cut here and travel to the other parts of the server, and I will see you when we're over there. All right, so I made it over to where most everybody else lived on here. This is like the second or third iteration of this whole area. They had it set up and established as like a town, and then pretty much leveled the whole thing and started over. So let's just climb to the top of this tower. Well, first we'll go in the basement. This is where pretty much everybody got their XP. As you can see, all the dried kelp just laying on the floor. This is like a kelp farm up at the top. It's actually running kind of low. But yeah, it would just smelt, and I'm sure you're familiar with the mechanics of stockpiling the XP from furnaces and getting all the XP from everything that's previously been smelted whenever you pull it out. So like there's 3 or 4 in there. We're at level 48. pull it out, we're at level 50. Kind of functioning off of a glitch in the game. I believe the top of this tower is just an enchanting room, but we'll climb up here and see anyways. It'll allow us to look out over the rest of the thing. Yeah. You can kind of look out, see the rest of the area. But like I said, it's just enchanting. So let's go back down and check out some of the other people's bases. This tower is, I'm not sure what's at the top. But it belonged to somebody Karen and I kind of formed a faction with. We called Nether Acquisitions. You may have seen like the red dragon banners in mine and Karen's house. Ow. It's just a flaming torch up here. Hurts. Ow. Under here is a tunnel network that this guy created. I'm not really going to go too far in here because my understanding is that these tunnels stretch from here all the way over to my area that's like 2,000 blocks away. And it's just like a maze of networks, a maze network of tunnels. I've gotten lost in there a few times just trying to look at it. This is just a storage area for the guy who built this, Mike. As you can see all of his cats and wolves over there. Not going to go through here, it's just a simple storage. I believe this little like keep, and it obviously wasn't finished, but it's going to be a guy named Ivy's. I don't really know anything about him. He just joined shortly before everybody sort of stopped playing a few months ago. It's not really much in here as far as I know. I mean, it looks like it was going to be pretty cool, but he just never got around to actually finishing it, unfortunately. I mean, these gates are kind of cool. He has this one here, and somebody else in this area has one. They don't work perfectly because redstone and bedrock doesn't work, but opens and closes. As you can see, it doesn't close properly on the first try. Sometimes takes 3 or 4. Oh. So let's just open it. At least the opening works perfectly each time. Let's fly over this way. This was a guy named Garrett Space. Ow. It's like the most modern base on the server. It hasn't really changed since the first couple weeks, because he barely came on after that. Where's his bed? That doesn't look like a pole. I don't know. I'll just pull out my bed and sleep. Yeah, there's not really much in here. It's a cool looking build though. I can't remember if he built it or if I think Mike ended up actually building it for him. I could be wrong on that. There's some storage down here. This area kicked me and one other player multiple times because there was a glitch for a while on Bedrock where if a double chest was on like the edge of a chunk border, so like the chunk border was this block, if you tried to open that chest, you'd get kicked. And say like half of the chest would be invisible. Luckily they fixed that pretty quickly. But uh, this tower and this like fortress, it also has these gates. Belong to a guy named Sam, good friend of mine. Um, Unfortunately, he never really finished this area. It's kind of a common theme, especially in this little village. He's also the one that the igloo was for him to hide in if he ever needed. This tower of jungle trees was part of a prank I did uh, after I found the first jungle on the server. Ow, that hurt. I planted like one jungle tree on top of a fountain or something he had, and then people just kept adding to it. There was originally one before this Mike's tower was built. He had like a mountain, and I planted a tree on top of his. Guy living that way, which we'll go over, check his base out. I put a tree on top of his, and then I put one on top of Courtney's too, but everybody else tore theirs down, but Sam's just kept expanding. I think this is just his, like, mines. Yeah. Let's fly over to, if this is gonna work. Okay. This was a guy named Buckhammer's base. It started out as like a small house, and then when everybody else tore down their areas over there, he leveled his and started to build a castle. He made a lot of progress, but never finished it, unfortunately. I'm not gonna try and go into any or all the rooms, 'cause most of them are empty. Yeah, these are the banners of Nether acquisitions. But yeah, most of these rooms are empty. I think there's one section of his original base still in here. It's underground. I guess he did build a storage area in there. And there's supposed to be like a portal room. But yeah, this was originally hidden. You had to like move an item in an item frame or something. It was in his house, and then you could climb down here. It's just some of his old storage, his smelting. For a while before the other guy built his XP farm, everybody came over to this skeleton farm here to grind XP and enchant and everything. Mostly just farms down here. And then villagers. Yeah, let's get out of here. This door's just his mines. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything in this area. So there's one more area I want to show, and then we'll go check out. Oh, what the heck? That was weird. There's one more area I want to show. It started out as like another acquisitions build, but over time just became a whole server. Started building there. I mean, it's pretty small, but one of my more favorite builds on there just because it got everybody involved on one thing. So let's switch to this because we're going to have to go through the nether. And then we will head over that way. Welcome to the Gulch. It's like a little western town. I started, it's kind of inspired by Ren's Dead Dog Gulch town from Season 7 of Hermitcraft. This was the first building I built. It's just like a little inn. Just come in and got like bunk beds on either side here. Built this first because, as you can see on the coordinates, this is 10,000 blocks out from anything else. So it's a little hard to travel back and forth. So I made like an inn so people could sleep here. This here was Colonel Karen's contribution. If the pressure plates want to work. It's supposed to be like a little saloon. I don't think he actually finished this, but yeah. Then of course we have to have the gallows built by Buck. Science, because people did try to play here. We got the trapdoors. Someone was supposed to stand on one or both, and then whoever was standing up here is supposed to pull the lever. Then that dropped all the way down to bedrock. So, as long as you didn't have like feather falling 4 in protection, you were gonna die if you stood up there. Oh, they changed how that worked. That's kind of sad. It used to be anytime I slept up here, it would automatically, when I woke up, spawn me like right there. So I'd just climb down the ladder instantly when I woke up. These were built, I think both of them by Mike. I know at least the gun store was. There's nothing actually in here. But in the back, there's nothing in here either, really. Yeah, they're kind of cool. We had like a road network set up. We were planning to like establish a whole town out here, but just people kind of forgot about it. Then down below here, let's throw on wings and just jump down. I believe this little camp down here was built by Colonel Karen. There's some tents and oars, like some prospectors or miners came through here and just settled up camp just outside of town. I got like an elytra landing platform. I believe Karen and I started the roads, but I'm pretty sure it was Buck who finished them. I could be wrong on that. It might have been Karen or one of the others, but I'm pretty sure it was Buck. Because this was supposed to be initially just me, Karen, and Buck building this. But I mean, that's really everything out here. We use that area just to farm trees. Unfortunately, at one point, there was a forest here, but it got lit on fire, and I found it by myself at like 3 in the morning one day, and had to spend like an hour just flying around because the entire forest was on fire, and it was really lagging out the server whenever somebody was here. So I guess now I will go back and show you our like nether hub. It's pretty simple, nothing special. And then we will go to the arena. All right. So this is just my little AFK room in the nether. Because I had a couple farms out here. Got just a basic nether wart farm, needs harvest. And then my honey farm worked for both. Well, initially it was built just for bottles of honey. But once they added candles to the game, I modified it so it would work with honeycomb too. I used a tutorial for a bee farm, but it didn't seem to work, so I had to kind of modify that design based on how I understood Bedrock, Redstone, and everything to work, and eventually got this design. So it has produced quite a lot of honeycomb and a lot of honey. I made the farm to build the arena. All these bottles were originally in the dispensers up here. And this is kind of the redstone back here. Nothing real special. Yeah. Then this way is like the middle or the hub of our nether mine Karen, and that's portals down this way. This is a portal to that uh, house with the axolotl tank. Kagansa's is that way with all the blackstone. And then the second village is that way. This is Karen's potato shack. His first uh business on here. He's just selling baked potatoes for gold. Pretty cheap too. 4 gold per stack of potato. That's not supposed to be in there. Yeah. Let's just throw these in there just because. Not going to take any. And then Kagansa was building a bar like up here. And he finished the build, I think, but never sold anything here, even though I think he was planning on it originally. So yeah, let's just head to the arena now then. Because most of these tunnels either lead to people's bases or to just resource biomes. So that's just Ryan, because he used to live that way. Now he lives right here. But the arena is kind of far, so we built the ice paths. Or I built ice paths for people to get to. Someone changed that sign. Yeah, I'm not going to worry. Oh, there it is. There's another ice path leading to the gulch. Just because it's like 1,300 blocks in the nether to get to it. And that takes a while to walk. I'm honestly hoping it's nighttime. Because the arena is in a mycelium biome, so we don't have to worry about hostile mobs. And I think the entrance looks cooler at night. Yeah, there we go. As it loads in. We were going to set up shops here, but nobody really did except for me and Karen. So yeah, you just come down this little path, cross the bridge. Karen set up, I don't know if this is, that's just another potato shack. Same price. I set up this one based on somebody's tutorial again. Uh, inside here, it's just a bakery. Had all my stock in these barrels. Yeah, it was a group effort flattening this biome because it was like a bunch of mountains. Most of the work was me and Karen, but pretty much everybody on the server helped at one point or another on flattening it. But building the arena itself was 100% my design, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who actually worked on building of it, except for the inside. I know Karen helped me with those, helped me design and build the inside of the arena. Yeah, it's just armor we used for the arena, armor and weapons. We only unfortunately had one competition in here, though it was a lot of fun. Just chicken provided by Colonel Fried Chicken. And then chests on the side for people to dump their stuff so they didn't lose any of it. Yeah. Kind of on the inside's similar to the outside along the walls. But let's go up top so you can see the whole thing at once. It looked like that. I got the idea for the 4 different biomes from just some like images on Google. And then I took those and based on that just designed my own. Like I said, Karen helped. I think he did the desert and the swamp, and then I did the nether and the snow. I mean, he did have my input on them. I told him I wanted the desert fountain and the witch hut in them, but other than that, they were completely his build. So yeah. Like I said, this is probably my favorite build on the entire server. If I can fly. Oh my goodness. I gotta love Bedrock. It always lags and doesn't work half the time. Yeah, it's just like a, oh, gotta get rockets. Sky view of the base. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Or sky view of the arena. There were like chests in each of the 4 biomes with different potions that you could get during a fight. And so that's just a storage shed. Because this took a lot of resources and got a lot of resources flattening it out. Yeah. I don't think I mentioned it at the start. The reason I'm doing this whole tour is because, one, the arena is in my YouTube banner and that, but never been shown on the channel. And 2, I am working on an episode of Shadowcraft, but it is taking me a while because I am designing like part of the mega base, like the walls for the that go between the mountains. So yeah, I look forward to that. I'm not sure when it will be coming out. Hopefully not too long now. Yeah, maybe at some point before we restart this world, because we're going to, once the rest of the Caves and Cliffs update came, I'll do some sort of like competition in here for the channel. Now, yeah, I think that is probably going to do it for this video. If you like the video and want to see more stuff like this where I'm just showing off builds or old worlds, don't really have too many of them saved, but if you want to see more like this, leave a like or a comment and subscribe to the channel. Oh, I forgot this is broken. You can't climb off it. But leave a like. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.